Okay, let's talk evening habits. Evening habits that promote a good quality night of sleep. This is where it's sort of make or break. You might have seen some of the other videos that I've done and spoke a lot about the importance of light exposure in the morning. But what we do in the evening is super important for promoting that sleepiness and that high quality of sleep. So the first thing to touch on is artificial light. Screen time in the evening, just be so aware of how much you're looking at your phone, your laptop, and your emails, TV, lights in the house. Um, does it feel like a stadium? I always say, can we turn the lights off? We're not at the MCG. So I think reducing the lights, artificial light exposure in the evening, ditch the social media and the emails and stuff a couple of hours before bed. Actually, give your brain the chance to process that it's evening. Build up that melatonin chemical that makes you in your brain that's going to make you sleepy, and also promote high quality of sleep. So be mindful of artificial light. Temperature's a really interesting one. So a hot shower in the evening is actually a great way to go hot shower and then straight into bed. Because of the heat, your body temperature actually cools down because it's sort of trying to fight off that heat that's come in. So that reduces the body temperature. You need to actually reduce your body temperature to go to sleep. So that's a part of the natural sleeping process. You're just going to kickstart it with a hot shower. So that could be something, if you don't do that already, to introduce. But moving then into a cool room. So if the room's too hot, then your body temperature is going to struggle. You're still going to struggle to sleep because if uncomfortable. So into a cool room, into a dark room as well. So making sure that you haven't got street lights and all sorts of bits and pieces coming through the windows, dark as possible. Get those trendy eye shades if you need be. They're not just for aeroplanes. They're great for a good night's sleep as well. Something to be mindful of, and careful with your exercise as well. Never ever stop anyone from doing exercise because I think for many people don't do enough. But in the evening, if you're doing high intensity exercise late at night, it's going to be hard to sort of then wind down and go into sleep. So if you can, that higher intensity exercise best in the morning, but if you're you're an afternoon, early evening sort of exerciser, that's also fine. But close to bed, keep it low intensity. Stretching, yoga, all that sort of stuff's great. De-stress. So stress and sleep are not good friends for all the obvious reasons. So you may need to just actually address that stress. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. But it could be sort of stress techniques or stress releasing techniques that you already use. So potentially like journaling. I think journaling is absolutely incredible for getting out of the mind onto paper, and it just seems to all make a lot more sense when it's out of your mind. Communication's a really big one. Not building it up and keeping it to yourself, but talking to someone, picking up the phone and talking to a friend or someone that you trust, colleague, loved one, counsellor, therapist. Talking is just such a good way of processing information and getting someone else's sort of balanced view and support and things. So that could be a really good way of addressing whatever it is that's causing you stress. And meditation, mindfulness, also great. And whatever else works for you. For me, it's a nice long run. It seems to be my really good way of de-stressing. So, or tackling whatever it is. So having that tough conversation that maybe you need to have, or the thing that's making you stressed. Finally, alcohol. You're not going to like me. I'm sorry about this, but even one alcoholic drink is going to impact your sleep quality. So I know that for many people, alcohol is their de-stressing go-to technique, which unfortunately I can't promote. I think that we've got to look at other ways to down-regulate our stress and build resilience and sort of manage the day-to-day stresses of life. Not saying don't drink at all. I love a beer with my mates and a nice glass of red, but definitely throughout the week is a no-no for me. And also being aware of, am I drinking because in a nice social fun situation, or am I actually drinking to deal with the day I've had, or to de-stress? Because in the short term it might feel okay, but long term, it's going to impact your sleep quality, which then impacts, like we spoke about, mood, energy, mental health, less likely to get active the next day. So it's just you're creating a vicious cycle. So yeah, even one alcoholic drink is going to impact your sleep quality, even though you might say to me, oh, as soon as I had a couple of drinks, I'm off to sleep out like a light, which is true. That will promote drowsiness, but there's probably a very good chance you wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep. So it sort of wreaks havoc with the neurotransmitters in the brain. So sorry to be the bearer of bad news there, but if you're serious about your health and sleep quality, that something to be aware of. All right, there you go. Don't have to implement them all, but maybe one or two things there that resonated with you to incorporate into your evening routine to sleep very well. Thanks. Speak to you soon.